Thank you, sir, for joining on Manch, India News. Huge responsibilities as a Parliamentary Affairs Minister. You have coals and mines too. So without wasting much time, I want to get into the details about, after you took over as coals minister, what are the kind of reforms that has been brought in? And how is the regulatory mechanism being put in place as far as this coal is concerned?
Oh, thank you for giving opportunity, but there is no question of regulation. My mandate is to produce the coal. And by production of the coal, say ultimately, you know, the world is expecting so many things from India. So much of FDI is coming. Our growth rate is not one of the highest in the world today. Keeping all these things in mind, see our electrification, as far as our electrification is concerned in railway sector, these are all the things where we need the energy security.
Yes.
For that energy security, my thinking is, it is the sustainable sustainable energy. That in that sustainable energy, by using the coal, how we should balance it. According to me, we have to, when we use the coal, how we can absorb the emission is the question. For that we have taken up with lot of activity. May it be gasification. Gasification, we are giving more than 50% of the rebate as far as concession in the revenue share. And also viability gap funding, 6,000 crores we have earmarked. Many such things have been taken, and the plantation of the trees. In a huge way we are planting the trees to absorb the emission. So keeping that in mind, and as far as renewable is concerned, at present, the Coal India, which is the highest producer, the largest producer of the coal, that also we are trying to we are trying to go a lot in renewable energy as far as our own consumption is concerned. Our Naval Lignite Corporation has become almost 100% based on the renewable energy. We are producing our coal and lignite. Such things we are doing it, but at the same time, we need coal. At least, according to me, by 2040, our demand for electricity is going to be doubled. Even if we consider 50% can be achieved by the renewable, then 50% is a huge thing where we need to use the coal. For that, we are going for the gasification, which is comparatively very, very less emission.
Sir, how has your experience been as far as commercial coal mines auctions are concerned?
Commercial coal mining experience is, according to me, and not only me, statistics speaks, it is an excellent experience. What I feel, if we could have started it at least in 2004-5 at least, then things would have been different. See, at that time, our coal production was 450 million ton, 500 million ton. See, when I took as the coal minister, one day Prime Minister asked me, just after taking over the coal ministry, he guided me on all the three ministries. He asked me one question, प्रहलाद भाई आप कोल के बारे में कुछ जानते हो? मैंने बोला मैं कोल से इलेक्ट्रिसिटी, कोल बर्न होता है, उससे हमको इलेक्ट्रिसिटी मिलता है, इतना ही जानता हूँ सर, मैं तो ज़्यादा नहीं जानता हूँ, तो आपका गाइडेंस चाहिए। प्रधानमंत्री जी ने मुझे एक बात बोला, only I am even today that single sentence guidance, I am going ahead in coal. That is, he said, I can understand if you import petroleum product, that is crude oil. If you import coal, then it is a sin, a पाप है. इसके सोच के आप जो काम करना है करो. So today, So we are the fourth largest reserves in the world. Still we are importing. We are the largest producer and we are the largest importer. तो ये सीन जो चेंज करना है, तो ये सीन चेंज करने के लिए कमर्शियल कोल माइनिंग हमने शुरू किया. अभी तक 5th ट्रांच हो गया है, 6th ट्रांच चल रहा है. 6th ट्रांच में एवर हाईएस्ट 141 we have kept on for the auction, and in that total अभी तक around 65 coal mines have been successfully auctioned with a PRC of around 152 million ton, and lot of under the ease of doing business, lot of things we have changed. Either may it be either clearances or the land acquisition, interaction with the state government. These are the things we have done, and that's why our production is also increasing, which you are able to see it.
In the mining, which is also under your ministry, sir, I want to ask you this question. There's a lot of notoriety when it comes to mining. In the last 3-4 decades, we have seen the kind of notoriety. You bringing a lot of transparency and reforms. How is it panning out, sir?
See, as far as one is auction only, the regime was started in 2015. There are a lot of things which were going on, which I do not want to use this platform to what happened in those days, how Supreme Court cancelled coal mines and how Supreme Court cancelled some of the other mines. I do not want to go into that details. But when Prime Minister Modi took over in 2014, then it was decided to go for auction. For all natural resources, the auction was the only way. That was the decision of the government. And after that, we started the auction regime. But then also, because of some court orders, and that was our initial experience, there were some, even in the auction regime, when we brought the most transparent auction regime, there were some issues, there were some hindrances. Those are all the things we changed in 2020 and 2021.
Okay.
For example, the end-use restriction, it was totally removed. Captive and merchant, we have removed. And exploration was even today it is an issue, but comparatively we have changed the norms of exploration. And we are giving composite license. In composite license, we have kept an exit route. By that, many people are able to participate in the auction. And that's why I can say, when auction started in 2015, up to 2020, we are able to auction around 102 mines. And under the guidance of Honorable Prime Minister, what the changes we brought in 2021, mainly the major reforms what we brought, after that, in just around 16 months, we have auctioned around 116 mines.
Oh, fantastic.
So, and all the states, I can quote an example to you, how things are changing. See, when we started the auction in 2015, the revenue of the Odisha by the mining was around 5,000, 6,000 crores. And in 2015, when you started in 2019, it was around 24,000 crores.
5-time increase.
Today, after 2021 amendment, mainly after 2021 amendment, the revenue of Odisha has gone up in 1 year by another 25,000. Their revenue is today 50,000 crores. And they have deposited 10,000 crores in the Reserve Bank as a reserve fund. And we had a continuously interaction when we were trying to bring the changes. We had an interaction with them. They also gave us some suggestion. We also gave them suggestion. Ultimately, having interaction with the many states, then we brought these changes. These are the things. And if I can quote you, we are the only country where the exploration is very less. Even not even 10% of our natural resources are explored.
I was going to come to that, sir. India is a rich country with rich minerals. What are on mineral exploration and also mineral blocks? What is the kind of research work that is going on? What is the potential as far as mineral blocks in India is concerned?
See, that's what I was telling. And your next question has been, I can little elaborate on that. See, we have almost everything. See, that's what I was telling. Recently, I had been to Australia. Geographically, it is a quite big country. And I had met many CEOs and even the natural resource minister, many people I had met. Almost 100% exploration is done in Australia. And there, our obvious geological survey is around, when we took over, it was around 10%. Today it is 30%. And out of that 30%, just 10% it is explored. And nearly about 1.5 to 2% is the mining we are doing. So this is where, and many times we have bauxite, we are importing bauxite. We have gold, we are importing. India is one of the biggest country as far as the import of the gold is concerned. And we are the big consumer of the golds. Are we not having that? We have that. But why are you not doing? So ultimately, policy paralysis. No proper decisions are being taken. And that's why, as far as the major minerals is concerned, Government of India can create the policy, can make the policy, can amend the laws. That we have done. And as far as the states, which are progressive states, which are interested in their own revenue, we are continuously talking to them, we are interacting with them. I had many meetings with the Chief Minister of Odisha. I had many meetings with the Chief Minister of Madhya Pradesh, Maharashtra, Jharkhand, Chhattisgarh. And we are interacting with, irrespective of the party which is ruling there, we are interacting with them. And our total production as such is increasing today. And one is at one place we are trying to improve our production, and at the same time we want to go for the exploration. That's why we have brought in so many changes. If I can, last my point on this, if I can explain you, previously what used to happen today, if my mining license or my lease expires, if I go for the auction, then next person takes all the 21 clearances, again he was to approach. Now we have changed. All these leases, clearances, licenses will be transferred to the next person. So our production is picking up very well. And that's why iron ore today we are doing extremely well. And as far as other deep-seated minerals are concerned, we are working it out. Our work has already started. And very shortly, we are going to see the result.
So my next question is a little offbeat, but it's got some serious connotation too. KGF 1 was a big hit, blockbuster movie. KGF 2 was a bigger hit. We saw KGF 1, Champion Reef, BGML making some money. Is there any hope for KGF?
Now,
There are a lot of applications have come.
See, KGF 1 is the lumps which are lying there. That auction process we have already begun. But remaining things, we have advised the state government to come out with because the KGF, that is Kolar Goldfield Mines, we are talking.
Yes, Champion Reef, yes.
In Kolar, that mining license and mining lease, everything has expired now.
Yes.
See, under the federal structure, other than coal, all the auction has to be done by the state government. Of course, we have power. We have taken the power where the state government doesn't go for the auction. There we can do the auction, but we are not doing it. But ultimately, the state government, without the cooperation of the state government, we can't do anything. We have advised the state to go for the auction. That remaining process for that, all those things, we are discussing with the state of Karnataka.
Sir, another important ministry is parliamentary affairs. We have seen how the BJP, especially under Modi, has been very regimental, and you run the house. What is the kind of conversations that happen between you and your boss? What are the lines that you take, and how do you get your members to attend sessions? Can you throw some light? Because people want to know, under the Modi regime, how is it regimental to run the parliament, to run the house?
See, one is, as far as parliament is concerned, of course, with the support and the guidance of speaker and the chairman, one thing we have done is, there are so many new members both in Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha. So we are trying to create interest by making them to participate in the process, that is in the discussion. So we try to identify. Prime Minister has given us to me, and he has given a direction to me and made a request to chairman and speaker, you should identify the people, because some of the people come from the rural background, some of them do not have the exposure of speaking in front of so many big leaders. So what Prime Minister has told us is, try to identify people who are not participating in the discussion, make them to talk, encourage them, try to infuse the courage in them. So this is one thing we are doing. Second thing, overall, the material what they need to speak, since we are in government, what is our positive achievement, positive development, we are creating small groups and distributing. For example, what has happened in my ministry, I will give it to some of the MPs. These are the achievements. For example, just to tell you, the total coal production in 2014, it was 500 odd. Today it is 900 odd. How we have brought in this change? These achievements, we will try to circulate them. They will also feel confidence. Under the Modi government, the things are being changed, so that we are able to make them to understand, and they are participating in the discussion. And I can say, when I became the MP in the first time, I got the opportunity to speak in the 0 hour after almost 2 years. Every day I was trying, of course, but I got the opportunity after 2 years. But now, what we are doing, we are trying to pick up the person, pick up the MP who has not spoken even once, and we are trying to tell him, you have to speak. तो कभी-कभी बोलता है, नहीं, मैं ही होगा. तब हम बोलते हैं, आप कहाँ से हैं? आप महाराष्ट्र से हैं, मराठी में बोलो. आप ओडिशा से हैं, ओडिया बोलो. ये भी हम encouragement कर रहे हैं. This is what Modi ji has told, make them to speak in their own language. So every language has got its own importance.
And its own beauty.
And there is a translation system is available. This is what Prime Minister Modi has guided us.
The state from where you come, Karnataka, going into elections 2024, this is a different election for BJP. We have seen a regime of Yediyurappa. The transition has happened. Now you have Pralhad Joshi for the last year and a half. During the transition, I was also closely following all the developments. Your name was also there for the Chief Minister's position. But ultimately, Pralhad Joshi, we also followed you. You were in Hubli also at that time. A lot of political activities around it also. One question on what changed and how much you were involved in that process. Second is, how confident are you going into this election with Yediyurappa stepping aside for Bommai?
One is my involvement, and as far as the selection of Basavaraj Bommai is, I did not have any major role in that. Our central leadership, party leadership decided that now when Yediyurappa himself, you can, that is many a times you media people debate on that, Yediyurappa was forced to resign. No, it was not correct. Yediyurappa, he himself decided to step down. After that, our central leadership, after giving a lot of thought, they decided to go with Basavaraj Bommai. At least I don't want to boost myself that I had some role in that. I did not have any role. Our national president and other national leaders, including Honorable our topmost leader, Prime Minister Shri Modi, all put together, they took the decision, and it is going on well. I am very happy about that. Basavaraj Bommai is performing well, and not only that, so many changes, so many policy reforms also he has brought, because he himself is a technocrat, he is a technical graduate, he is a Bachelor of Engineering,
Yes.
and have experience, a lot of experience as far as the administration is concerned, from the days of his father as a Chief Minister.
True.
And I am quite confident we are doing extremely well, and we will come back to power in Karnataka with a resounding victory.
So, I want to ask you this because a very important election. After Gujarat, the focus will be in Karnataka. Are we expecting some kind of booster dose to Karnataka? There are constant talks of some changes, some surgical strikes that will happen in Karnataka state politics as far as BJP is concerned. And the Congress also, on the other hand, they are going to town saying that there is a wave and there is a anti-incumbency against BJP. How do you see all these things pan out?
See, except having, some political activity by the state Congress, I don't see much hope or much enthusiasm in Congress. Because of the very heavy infight in the Congress, is also another reason. That's a different part. I don't want to go into that details.
Sir.
But the same thing they were telling in Gujarat, the same thing they were telling in Uttar Pradesh, and I was in charge of Uttarakhand. There also they were telling the same thing. So I don't think Congress party, under the present leadership, they will not be able to do anything. And I can say, because of our performance, because of pro-people decision, we will be definitely back with a, as I already said, with a more resounding victory.
When is Modi Saab landing in Karnataka, sir? When is the Blitzkrieg going to happen in Karnataka state? Any specific strategy?
No, there are so many programs. As of now, if I can say, on 12th of, before to that also, there are some program which I am not able to announce it. But 12th of January, he is coming to my constituency for the youth festival, which is being held on the birthday of Shri Swami Vivekananda. On that day he is coming, and there will be huge gathering there. And so many other programs are there, we have already chalked out. And he is also coming, Shri Amit Shah is coming, and Shri J.P. Nadda ji is coming. There are so many leaders, they are coming. And activities, naturally when election comes, there will be activity.
Yes.
That activity we have already planned, and it is going to be worked out well.
Thank you so much, sir, for taking your time and joining this month. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
For more such videos, subscribe to the NewsX YouTube channel, hit the bell icon.